welcome to your snack sandwich. Today I'm going to be taking a quick look at the console by Brahma console. Now this is a plugin for the Gnosis safe. So it's something that gets put on top of your Gnosis safe and allows you to do all kinds of things like automate stuff and do all kinds of different just smart contract interactions and stuff like that from your safe. This is pretty good because one of the ideas in here is that it allows you to keep custody of your assets instead of handing them over to other people or other teams or other projects to do the automations for you. Now this is currently not live. They're going to launch soon on Ethereum, and then for those of us who want cheaper gas, they will launch on Arbitrum and Optimism or something like this in the far future. Now I do have a flowchart for you that's going to explain some of the features that are going to happen with this, but I will mention that this is something that's going to be ongoingly developed, so maybe my video won't tell you every feature. So what I would suggest you to do is go visit their Discord, join their Discord, ask some more questions, dig deeper, and follow along with this project. I think it's pretty cool. That's pretty much it. So let's swing over to the flowchart and talk about it, and you can kind of see what kind of ideas this thing has. If you would like to support the channel, I would suggest you to check out the secretsandwich.xyz. It's the Secret Sandwich NFT project. You can come here, you can mint an NFT, or you can come and check out your NFTs. Okay, so let's get back to it. Okay, so here we are on the flowchart, and we have Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill wants to do some this safe stuff. Okay, so like I said before, it's built on top of the Gnosis safe. If you don't know how the Gnosis safe works, I would suggest you to maybe watch another video. I did make another video where I explain it a little bit more, but it's basically just a wallet with multi-sig privileges. Okay, but there's a lot of features being built on top of it nowadays. Okay, so this Brahma financed console gets put on top of a safe. Okay, so when you go to the UI in the Brahma console, you will be able to create a new safe. Now he did tell me that they will have like import safe in the future, but it's a little bit more difficult, and they need to build some more features in order to import a safe instead of to create a new safe. So for this case, I'm going to say he's creating a new safe. Okay, so he would, in the creating safe process, he's going to give it like a name and stuff like that, and then it's also going to select like which one of these contracts he wants to whitelist. Now whitelist is not you can whitelist further contracts, but this is kind of at the go, like when you're first making it, there's a bunch of contracts that I know I'm going to want to use, so I'm going to select them and add them as whitelisted at that point. So I create the safe, and then of course I'm going to deposit some funds into that safe, so I will, whatever those funds might be, Ethereum, USDC or USDT or whatever the funds are that I plan on putting into those safe, I will put them into those safe. Now, one of the features that you can do with this is you can interact with CowSwap. All of the swaps done from the console here are done via CowSwap. Okay, now if you're not familiar with CowSwap, I would suggest you to check my video. I do have a video on CowSwap where I explained how that thing works. Okay, so some of the features that this safe will allow you to do via CowSwap is obviously swapping and limit orders, which are kind of CowSwap native features, but then they also have this time-weighted average price and volume-weighted average price. So if you think about it, like let's say I wanted to swap like $2 million, I probably don't want to do it all in one big swap on CowSwap, but I know that eventually I want $2 million to be turned into Ethereum, like 2 million USDC into ETH, right? So I might choose to do it time weighted. So I might choose to use like a time frame. So it might do like 5 or 6 swaps over a period of time, and then, or maybe volume weighted. So based on the amount of volume that it can take, don't send it all at once. I don't want massive slippage. So it's gonna send it like little by little. Okay. So that's kind of some of the features that they're adding into this safe, into this console. Now, whenever you tell the safe to do anything, okay, there's a flow of the procedure of how it works. Okay, so the first thing is you build the transaction. So you tell the safe, the console, what you want to do, so the perimeters of it, and then you can review all those perimeters, right? So you can see them all before you execute it, so to speak. Then you can simulate it via Tenderly, And the simulation in Tenderly will give you like readable real world English stuff. So it's just the key things that you need to know. It'll tell you things like, maybe the output or the gas costs or any issues like, oh, why for some reason it's quoting me DAI. Like, why is there some DAI in here? So I'm going to resimulate, make sure it's all good and it looks good. And then, I will sign that transaction onto the safe, and then the safe will perform those those features or that transaction that I've built. So anytime you tell this to do something, it's kind of going to follow this same process where you can always simulate, review, and sign. Okay. So another possible opportunity is that they can deploy this sub-safe, this like auto strategy. So they have these auto strategies pre-built, and obviously there will be more and more and more as time progresses. But basically, what it's going to do is it's going to deploy another safe. Okay, so it won't expose the funds you have in the main safe. It'll deploy another safe, send funds to that safe, and then this safe would do this auto strategy. Okay, so it kind of segregates, silos your main bag of money from the stuff that's doing these auto strategies. So what kind of auto strategies are we talking about? So there's like Aave, for example. So first thing it's going to do is check, is Aave whitelisted? Is it on your whitelisted list? And if not, then you will have to whitelist it in order for it to be functional. But let's say, for example, one of the strategies that he showed me was, ETH could be used on Aave to borrow the Go token, and then the Go token could then be put to work in like Curve or Balancer, so to speak, right? Now, what makes this really special is there's some automation inside here. So you can set this up to automate between like this Go, like maybe your collateral ETH moons like crazy, right? So then you're able to borrow some more. You're able to mint some more Go, and then send those to Yield Farm as well. And then maybe, Ethereum is going down, so you're getting closer to a liquidation risk. Then it's going to take some of that Go out and repay your debt so that you're healthy. So this is awesome, I think. Like being able to just manage your liquidation risk in a sense. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be like 100% foolproof, but it is being run by Gelato. So like Gelato will execute these transactions. But there is always, there is the black swan events that could cause ETH to like drastically drop so fast that you might get liquidated instead of being able to perform these and so forth. Now, the gas payment for all of these, like all of the automation is being done with Gelato through everything that I'm going to talk about. So, but this Gelato needs to be paid, right? So they set up a link. Gelato's linked directly to your main vault, so you need to have gas payments inside here. But you can pay in different gas tokens. You could pay in ETH or you could pay in USDC and stuff like that. There's the possibility of that. So it would kind of zap pay them in a sense if you were using USDC. But let's just say keep some gas money inside your main safe in order to pay for all of these automation transactions. So another key thing is that like all of the automation being done by Gelato is displayed in the UX. So the UX is very good. It shows all of the like, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened, and all in obvious, like clear English, like exactly, like it's very simple for you. And then like links to the actual transactions and stuff like that, or all this kind of stuff. So the reports are really good, really easy to understand, really easy to see. And again, these reports are for all of the possible automations that would happen. You would see these reports. Okay, now another possibility, so we have these automated strategies, which this is just one example. There could be thousands or hundreds or whatever different kinds of strategies that this team produces and allows people to take part in. Another possibility is these like automated keeper kind of safes. So they deploy another safe so every time you produce one of these strategies or one of these automations, you will produce a new safe. So segregating your funds further, right? So this is called the automated thing. Now, two examples of automation would be like, oh, I want to like DCA into a token with
via CowSwap. So maybe you send 1,000 or 100,000 USDC and you want to buy ETH over a period of time. So you would tell it like the amount that you want to spend. So it would send that in here, and then it has that allowance, the frequency of how often you want to buy, and then it would make those buyments. And again, being done with Gelato, and showing you the active, it would show you like the active and the historical reports of what you got and what you're still going to do, and so forth. So this is one example of an automation sub-safe. Another example would be like an auto compounder. Like instead of sending it to Yearn or something, you could just do it here, right? So you could supply liquidity to one of these pools, farm, maybe some 2 tokens, maybe Aura and Balancer or something, right? And then auto compound, and you have the choice to like, I want to keep the Balancer and sell the Aura, or I want to keep the Aura and sell the Balancer, and so forth. And again, this can change, right? So this is because it's using Gelato for this. It's pretty much can do any on-chain like execution that you ask it to. So this is just 2 examples. There could be millions of different possibilities here, like so many opportunities or options that I'm not going to cover. I can't possibly cover in a single video. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about is he said that when it launches alpha, it's not going to be ready for actual multi-sig. So 3 people sign, or 2 of the 3 people sign, and then things happen like that. But this is obviously something that they need to work on. Like this is a Gnosis safe. A Gnosis safe's main purpose is to become a multi-sig. So this multi-sig will definitely be happening in the future. And then it will be like, oh, we want to create this safe. 2 people out of 3 people sign, or 3 out of 4, or whatever your signature ratio is, and then this safe is created and this automation process is done. Now, they did also talk about a panic switch, like a kind of some automation of like monitoring things and then panicking. Like if there's an announcement that maybe not an announcement, like let's say there's a contract that. So there are services out there where they monitor things that happen on the blockchain, and then possibly like there's an exploited contract that's linked to the tornado or something like that is deployed, then it will panically pull out of some things. So they're working on some automation panic switch type things. So that would be something that could definitely happen in the future. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. I hope this has been useful and interesting, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.